Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. The project title is Cross-Layer Matrix for Reliable Routing in Wireless Mesh Networks. Now going to explain the abstract. The wireless mesh network is a promising technology in the current trend. The performance of wireless mesh network is mainly depends upon the algorithm of path selection. The joint layer architecture is the advantage in this proposed system, used to improve the packet delivery rate. Now going to explain the data flow diagram. The process starts with node deployment. After nodes successfully created, have to calculate the path between each node. After that, have to update the bandwidth for each users. Here we are considering three main users: your sender, receiver and the forwarder. For these three users have to update the node ID. The forwarding node will be selected based on the algorithm approach considered in this paper. If the selfish node behavior is detected, we have to allocate the another node automatically. After that, the transmission will be takes place successfully. Based on this, the performance will be evaluated. Now going to show the demo of the project. This is the home page of our project. By clicking here, we are going to start the further process. Have to press the screen to create the nodes by click. Then nodes will be created successfully here. Then have to calculate the path between each nodes which was created successfully. Then by clicking view button, we can get the distance between the each nodes. Then have to allocate the bandwidth. By clicking view button, we can view the bandwidth allocation. Next, going to choose a file which is used for transmission. So here we consider the text file and we are going to view the file content here. By clicking file details, we can view the file details. Next, we are going to split the file. Here we are giving the name for the splitted files, and by clicking this button, it asks for us for a number of packet splitting. Now we are giving 20. The files can be splitted, and file splitted details are viewed here. Then by clicking here, we can view the splitted file details. After file splitting, we are going to show the performance between the sender and the receiver and between the forwarder, because the main process shown here is shellfish node behavior. So we need these three users to show the main process here. First of all, we have to select the node IDs for the users. So we are selecting the node ID and update it successfully for sender and node ID for receiver. Now the forwarder node ID selection process, the main process. Here by clicking forwarder node button, the forwarder node selection process shown here. First of all, get the sender node and the receiver node, get the paths in the range and get the sender node neighbors and view details, get the receiver nodes and view node details, and get the possible paths here and select the shortest path. Then here selecting the node ID, and node 2 is selected as a sender. Then have to run the receiver form. Here have to select the node 4 as a receiver and going to in the forwarder form. Here going to select the forwarder node. First get the sender and receiver node, and here we have a threshold range as 150. We get the possible paths between this and get the neighbor nodes for sender and neighbor nodes for receiver, and get the possible paths and select the shortest path. Now we have two options to select a node ID. First we can select 6 and second we can select 9. So here we're going to select the 6 first as an forwarder, and here we get the node details. Now going to show the transmission between the sender and the receiver. For that we have to get the files. Here we have to select the packets in an order for the transmission. These files are splitted in the previous frames. Now the packet contents are gated here, and going to send to the forwarder. Going to receive here, you have to give the same port number. Now here we get the content successfully. Now going to forward the content. So here you have to give the same port number and have to forward and receive. Now the files are dropped because the forward node is act as a selfish node, and it takes time 15, so we have to run the forward node again. Have to select the another node ID option as 9, so we are going to choose the node ID as a forwarder, and we can view the updated node ID and the details. Now going to transmit the detail again to the forwarder, and here we are going to receive the contents, and we are going to forward the details, and here the receiver going to receive the contents. Now the acknowledgement is received successfully. The file contents are received here. Now going to transmit the acknowledgement to the forwarder. Here have to accept the acknowledgement first of all. Now the acknowledgement message is received. Now when the forwarder inform the acknowledgement message to the sender by clicking the reply button. Here have to give the same port number, and we receive the acknowledgement message here. Now have to update the forwarding file count and the acknowledgement received file count, and we can view here. Now have to get the acknowledgement counter table, and here we can view that. Now going to show the metric calculation for performance evaluation. Here we are considering the joint layer metrics. For that, first we have to get the forwarding and acknowledgement files count. Based on that, we are going to calculate the forwarding probability. Now successfully inserted, and we can view the details by clicking view details button. Next, going to calculate the successful transmission using this formula. Then going to calculate the expected transmission. Then by clicking the view detail buttons, we can view the formulas and the terms explanations. Next, have to get the forwarded DTX and the maximum forwarded DTX and the joint forwarded DTX. These three main terms represents the joint layer architecture. Then have to get the forwarded and received count for the process to apply the A* algorithm calculation. Now going to calculate the forwarding probability for the above forward and receiving count. Now going to apply the performance evaluation main value. Then we can view the details here. Now going to show the graph for the performance evaluation by clicking this evaluation button. Here the performance evaluation showing in the terms of number of packet delivery and the between A* and digit stars. The main performance evaluation concept is packet delivery ratio.